Please be seated. The Honorable Mia Amor-Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, members of Cabinet, members of the Senate, senior government officials, principals and teachers of public and private schools, specially invited guests, head boys and head girls of Barbados, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good morning to each and every single one of you. It's definitely a pleasure now to welcome you guys to the Leadership Badge Presentation Ceremony, a ceremony which is now in its third year and one that is aimed at not only acknowledging but celebrating what is leadership and the future of this beautiful island, Barbados. My name is Joel Manning, and this morning is my distinct pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for this occasion. And now to officially welcome you, I would like to invite the Honorable Santia Bradshaw, Minister of Education, Technological and Vocational Training.
Honorable Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley, members of the Barbados Cabinet, members of Parliament, members of the Senate, senior government officials, specially invited guests, head girls and head boys of Barbados's primary and secondary schools, members of the media. Welcome. I want to take this opportunity to tell you what a distinct pleasure it is to be here this morning, to have my colleagues here with me as well from across the political divide, to welcome all of you to this Leadership Badges ceremony in honor of head boys and head girls across our private and public primary and secondary schools. All of the students who have been selected to become head boys and head girls have been selected by their teachers and their principals because they exhibited a degree of leadership at their schools. They recognized in you qualities that would not only reflect positively on your classes, but also at the school level, and also to the wider community as well. It is clear that many of you would have exemplified behavior that they believe was representative of the type of school and the type of community and the type of society that we would all want you to live in. Like Prime Minister Motley, many of my cabinet colleagues who are here today and members of both houses of Parliament are here today because we all understand the importance of encouraging youth to see themselves as leaders. Leaders in their schools, leaders in their communities, leaders for the future as well. All of us understand, and I must tell you, all of us in some small or big way have also become leaders at the primary and secondary schools, and that is why we hold the positions that we do today. And I want you to really understand how important it is for all of us to see in you the future of Barbados and why this ceremony is so important to us to all be here. The truth is that we also understand that we have to write a different narrative, and the narrative that we must write is one which it can't come from simply the government of Barbados, but it requires us to have many people lifting a lot of the heavy weight, as Prime Minister Motley often says. It means that in addition to all of the private sector entities, churches, civil organizations, and all of the entities that help to support the government, we recognize that we cannot truly transform Barbados unless we also target our schools in particular, our primary and our secondary schools, because we see you as the future leaders of this country. Today we are consumed with a lot of negative reports of students engaging in negative behavior. We often, everyone is into social media, so I'm sure like us, you also see a number of your colleagues, your peers at school getting involved in all kinds of activities. And oftentimes it saddens us as leaders to see what is happening across our society. Sometimes those issues are magnified in such a way that if you didn't know any better, you would think that these are the only images in terms of negative images that are projected from our school children. And therefore, it is our responsibility to work with all of you today and going forward to make sure that you become the change agents, that you start to write a different narrative, the narrative that you would like to see not only in your schools, but in your communities and also in your churches, and also to see yourselves as being able to change the narrative of how people view young people, and in particular, your colleagues at schools and your other students. We also understand as a government that what we do today as leaders in Barbados will impact the next generation. And if we are to live up to the mandate that we've been given, we must be truly transformational by recognizing and inspiring our youth to be agents of change. When we leave here today, I hope that all of you would recognize not only how important we view each of you, but also that leadership does matter. And we've had a number of years across this country where leadership didn't seem to matter. And we're making all best efforts to make sure that we impart on you a better understanding of not only who you are, but also what you have to fight for as young people to be really part of a true transformational change. So it may seem a bit hefty sometimes, the responsibility that we try to place on you, but we recognize that we really cannot achieve all of the transformational things that we want to do in our society unless we have you as well as part of that conversation. Very shortly, and I know many of you have had to adjust to the COVID-19 pandemic. You're all wearing masks, you're sitting, 3 feet apart, and it is really, I'm sure, very difficult for all of you in your respective institutions to have a modification of how you play, how you interact with your friends at school, how you interact with your teachers. And we're mindful of that. And as a government, we've been trying to do as much as we can to keep you safe, to keep our teachers safe, to make sure that all of your parents who are here, that we can find the best model to be able to ensure that your learning can continue. And I'm not going to stand here and tell you that there haven't been challenges, but we want you as leaders as well to ensure that the students at your schools are also following the COVID-19 protocols and that they continue to ensure that they are following everything that the government has been saying. But I also want to start a conversation with you shortly and across Barbados with our students about the type of education system that you also want to see for the future. I want to hear about the concerns that many of you have, because as head boys and head girls, I'm sure that you are interacting with other students who have concerns about education, concerns about the online environment, the blended approach, all of those things. And it is important that you have a say, just like your parents have a say in various forums, just like your teachers will have a say, just like our principals have a say, and just as the general public has a say. I believe that we cannot change the way in which we teach and learn unless we also hear from you, the students as well, upon whom this educational system will impact. So while we are, as a government, we're doing so much to make sure that we change up the curriculum, make it more relevant to you, make sure that students who believe that maybe they may not be academic, but they have technical and vocational skills, that they're good at their hands or they're good at singing, that they also have an equal opportunity. We want to make sure that we tailor-make everything that we do as a government to respond to what you as young people also want us to change in our society. So today is a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day for us to be able, never mind the rain outside, but it's a beautiful day for all of us at all of the levels of government to be able to share in this experience with you. I truly hope that each of you will remember this day as a very important day in your history, your life, your journey. And I hope that in the next decade or so that you can come back and pull up Prime Minister Motley or one of the members of Parliament or even myself and share with us the transformation that you have been a part of as you have gone on to no doubt become global citizens. So today I want to congratulate all of you and say thank you for being outstanding young men and women in our society, young boys and girls, future leaders, and to be able to work with us as a government and as a community to be able to make a better Barbados, because that truly is who we are as a people. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Bradshaw. I will actually invite you to remain on the stage, and to join you, I will ask the Honorable Mia Moore-Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, to also join you on stage. This morning, these two stellar ladies will be responsible for greeting our guest of honor today, the students who are head boys and head girls of the schools of Barbados. I'd now like to invite our first presenter, the Honorable Dale Marshall, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, to the stage. We begin with A. DaCosta Edwards Primary. Head girl, Kamisha Leacock. Now remember that today is a celebration. It's not necessarily a day of school. And as such, I invite you guys to cheer on your fellow head boys and head girls and, truly enjoy this festive occasion here today, because you truly are the future of this country. We continue with All Saints Primary. Gavin Fairbrace, head boy, and head girl, Kenya Husbands. Thank you very much, Minister Marshall. Our next presenter now will be the Honourable John King, a minister in the Prime Minister's office with responsibility for our culture. Arthur Smith Primary. Jaquan Cadogan, head boy, and head girl, Tanaya Coppin. Bay Primary. Stephon Seeley, head boy, and head girl, Deandra James. Thank you very much, Minister King. We now invite the Honourable Cynthia Ford, a Minister of People's Empowerment and Elder Affairs, to the platform. Bailey's Primary. Denarium Daramdeo, head boy, and head girl, Aaliyah Mason. Belmont Primary. Christoph White and Samantha Garrett, head boy and head girl. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Minister Ford. I now invite the Honourable Adrian Ford, Minister of the Environment and National Beautification. And we begin with Blackman and Gollop Primary, Jelani Marshall, and Soraya McKenna. Charles F. Broom Memorial Primary, Levi Linton and Shannon Reefer Bell. Thank you very much, Minister Ford. I now invite the Honourable Ryan Strawn, Minister in the Ministry of Finance. Christchurch Girls, Head Girl Gabriella Chase, and Kimura Hunt. Cuthbert Moore Primary, Nathan Ramshire and Kayla Higgins. Thank you very much, Minister Strawn. I now invite Senator the Honourable Kay McConaughey, Minister of Innovation, Science and Smart Technology. Deacons Primary, Deshana Harper and Natisha Francis. Eagle Hall Primary, Nathan Whitaker and Josiah Worrell. Thank you very much, Senator McConaughey. I now invite the Honourable Charles Griffith, a Minister in the Ministry of Transport, Works and Water Resources.
We will rise again.
Together, better, stronger.
When the world closed,
Eden Lodge Primary,
our hearts
Jason
opened.
Watson,
When
Shania Benjamin.
love also deepened.
It would appear that Jason's brought his fan club here as well.
Boundaries widened.
There's no choice in one voice.
Let the whole world rejoice, from near and from far.
This is who we are.
Ellerton Primary, Mikhail Gooding and Shatara Vanpool. Thank you very much.
Love will always bring us together. Love will always see us through. This is who we are.
These are words that I truly hope each and every single one of you cherish here today, students. Thank you very much, Minister Griffith. I now invite the Honorable Colonel Jeffrey Bostick to the stage, Minister of Health and Wellness. Elliot Belgrave Primary, Dominic Headley, and Jalea Haynes. George Lamming Primary, Antonio Henry, and Hope Hinkson. Thank you very much, Minister Bostick. And we also greatly appreciate the work that you yourself and your team have really been doing for us here as Barbadians in this pandemic. I now invite the Honourable Indar Weir, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. Good Shepherd Primary, Arun Diagne and Reina Olton. Gordon Greenwich Primary, Giovanni Maynard and Amaya Ward. Thank you very much, Minister Weir. I now invite the Honourable Dwight Sunderland, Minister of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment. Gordon Walters Primary, Jawan Aline and Jalicia Lord, sorry. Grantley Prescott Memorial, Cristiano King, Adia Joseph. Thank you very much, Minister Sunderland. I now invite the Honourable Dr. William Dugade, Minister of Housing, Lands and Maintenance. Rosette's Primary, Tyrese Mears, Jalika Walters. Half Moon Fort Primary, Zaire Austin and Phoebe Brooms.
History will show that we all stood steadfast.
We overcame the tide and won the battle at last. This is who we are.
Separation has brought us closer.
Thank you very much, Minister Duguid. I now invite Senator the Honorable Lisa Cummings, a Minister of Tourism and International Transport, to the stage. Hilda Skeen Primary, Javier Graves and Crystal Bentham.
Together let we go. Can't hold it down now, make we don't so. We have to separate so we can get back together again. And if you're ready, let me go. All right.
One world, so we have to live together. One blood, looking out for one another. One love to me sister and me brother. Even if you're rich or poor, white or black, it doesn't matter.
We've been tested before. Out victorious we came.
What we know for sure, we will rise again.
Together, better, stronger.
When the world closed, our hearts opened. When fear ruled,
Hillaby Turner's Hall Primary, Kezia Graves and Akil Jackman.
boundaries widened.
With no choice and one voice.
Let the whole world rejoice, from near and from far.
This is who we are.
Thank you very much, Minister Cummings. Thank you very much, yes. We will now have the Honorable Ian Gooding Edgell, Minister of Transport, Works and Water Resources. Hinesbury Primary, Kimara Tell Williams and Shoshana Henry.
Nothing like coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon. Yeah, 166 square miles, pure love, pure smile. I am a pigeon, yeah, a pigeon.
Holy Innocents Primary, Jemuel Michael and Haley Roach. Thank you very much, Minister Gooding Edgell. I now invite the Honourable Ronald Toppin, the Minister of International Business and Industry. Ignatius Bayer Primary, Diego Ferguson and Brianna Chandler. Lawrence T. Gay Primary, Deontay Griffith, Tashana Wharton, Thank you very much, Minister Toppin. I now invite the Honourable Wilfred Abrams, a Minister of Home Affairs, Information and Public Affairs. Luther Thorne Memorial, Justin Sandiford and Asia Bryce. Milton Lynch Primary, Donico Lane and Chrismar Yard. Thank you very much, Minister Abrams. I now invite the Honourable Carrie Simmons, Minister of Energy, Small Business and Entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Barbados, boy, won't give it up for the world.
Mount Tabor Primary, Tanya Eastman.
Nothing like coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon. Yeah, one nothing.
Randall Weeks Primary, Justin Paris and Maya Doughton. You can go ahead and shout, it is okay. Congratulate, award and reward. Thank you very much, Minister Simmons. I now invite the Honourable Peter Phillips, a Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Parents, I know that this is a proud moment. You don't need to hold it in, you can let it out. You can cheer. Next up, we have Roland Edwards Primary, Mikhail Joseph and Azaria Lane. Sela Primary, Devon Toppin, Tajay Bino Bear. Thank you very much, Minister Phillips. And now we invite the Honorable Colin Jordan, a Minister of Labour and Social Partnership Relations. Sharon Primary, Nazari Padmore, Kyra Ash Watson. St. Albans Primary, Rashawn Eiffel, Kyra Desireers. Kurt Humphrey next. All right, so leave him.
Throughout the world, it's a time that seems so dark. Inside we're closer, not apart. The sun still shines in
Words that he will certainly remember. Thank you very much, Minister Jordan.
we must hold on.
And now we invite the Honourable Kirk Humphrey, a Minister of Maritime Affairs and the Blue Economy. St. Bernard Primary, Jokoti Connell and Shamaria Lawrence Lynch. St. Catherine Primary, Caden Hurdle and Akaja Grace Gueva. Thank you very much, Minister Humphrey. I now invite the Honourable Marsha Cattle, Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Economic Affairs and Investment. St. Christopher Primary, the Carlo Ned and the Coba Prescott. They came with their voices well warmed up.
Together let me go. Can't hold me down now, make me done so. We have to separate so we can get back together again. And if you're ready, let me go. All right.
One world, so we have to live together. One blood, looking up for one another. One love, so me sister and me brother, even if you're rich or poor, white or black.
St. Elizabeth Primary, Elijah Gabriel
Out victorious we
and
came.
Kima Green.
What we know for sure, we will rise again.
Together, better, stronger.
When the world closed, our hearts opened. When fear ruled, love also deepened. When borders closed, boundaries widened.
With no choice in one voice.
Let the whole world rejoice, from near and from far.
This is who we are.
Thank you very much, Minister Caddo. I now invite Senator Dr. Crystal Haynes. St. George Primary, Amaro Wickham and Zarina Gaskin.
Love will always see us through. This is who we are.
Yeah. Barbados boy, won't give it up for the world. Nothing like coming home.
St. Giles Primary, Arian Jones and Naya Otterson. Thank you very much, Senator Haynes. We now invite Senator Dr. Ramel Springer. St. James Primary, Akiri Ames, Azaria Richards. St. John Primary, Aidan Forley and Shantae Gill. Thank you very much, Senator Springer. We now invite Senator Crystal Drakes. St. Joseph Primary, Caden King and African Nurse. St. Jude Primary, Jafiq Jordan and Soraya Abrams. Thank you very much, Senator Drakes. And now we invite Senator Alfia Wiggins. St. Lawrence Primary, Corey Phillip and Acacia Niarco. St. Luke Primary, Latario Thompson Estwick, Latonya Rowe. Thank you very much, Senator Wiggins. I now invite Senator Lindell Nurse. St. Margaret's Primary, Jakai Brewster, Raisha Rowe. St. Mark's Primary, Raheem Harding, Zaria Bacchus.
Together let me go. Can't hold me down now, make me done so. We have to separate so we can get back together again. And if you're ready, let me go. All right.
One world, so we have to live together. One blood, looking up for one another. One love, so me sister and me brother, even if you're rich or poor, white or black, it doesn't matter.
We've been tested before. Out victorious we came.
What we know for sure, we will rise again.
Together.
Thank you very much, Senator Nurse.
When the world closed,
We now invite the Honourable Edmund Hinkson, Member of Parliament for St. James North.
love also deepened. When borders closed, boundaries widened.
With no choice and one voice.
Let the whole world rejoice, from near and from far.
This is
St. Martin Mangrove Primary, to Corey Bryan, Abigail Hunt. I promise you he was waiting to let that out. Given strict instructions, wait there. This moment is to be cherished and to be remembered. I might have a co-MC by the end of today. St. Mary Primary, Daniel Ramprasad, Shamaya Hines.
Barbados, boy, won't give it up for the world. Nothing like coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon. Yeah, 166 square miles of pure love, pure smile. I am a pigeon, yeah, a pigeon. Yeah, gold sand and crystal blue sea, one
Thank you very much, Mr. Hinton. We will now have the Honourable Neil Rowe, a Member of Parliament for St Michael Northwest. And now we have St. Philip Primary. Jacoby Brown Smith, Rebecca Grace. St. Silas Primary. Jahidi Hines, Destiny Woodruff Poku. Thank you very much. Our next presenter will be Gabrielle Springer, Permanent Secretary. St. Stephen Primary. Joshua Lewis, Ramaya Ari Boyce. Vauxhall Primary. Terrell Griffith, Naomi Giles Stephen. Thank you very much, Ms. Springer. I now invite Yolande Howard, Permanent Secretary. Welch's Primary. Christian Davis, Crystal Farmer. Wesley Hall Juniors. Matthew Phillips, Aaliyah Bryan. Thank you very much, Miss Howard. I now invite Donna Bob Agard, Permanent Secretary. Donna Bob Agard, Director of Public Prosecutions. West Terrace Primary, Jalen Williams. And Azaria Chase. Westbury Primary, Mackay Pilgrim, Chiara Lashley.
Together let me go. Can't hold me down, now make me done so. We have to separate so we can get back together again. And if you're ready, let me go. All right.
One world, so we have to live together. One blood, looking out for one another. One love, so me sister and me brother, even if you're rich or poor, white or black, it doesn't matter.
We've been tested before. Out victorious we came.
What we know for sure, we will rise again.
Together, better, stronger.
When the world closed, our hearts opened. When fear ruled, love also deepened. When borders closed, boundaries widened.
With no choice, one voice.
Let the whole world rejoice, from near and from far.
This is who we are.
Thank you very much, Miss Bob Agard. We now invite Terry Bascom. Permanent Secretary. Workman's Primary, Kimani Kluzak and Rakaya Wiggins.
Love will always bring us together. Love will always.
Erdison Special, Minka Clark and Anya Bradshaw.
Nothing like coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a pagan, I'm a pagan. Yeah, 166 square miles of pure love, pure smile. I am a pagan, yeah, a pagan. Yeah, gold sand and crystal blue sea, one nothing with me. I am a pagan, I'm a
Thank you very much, Mr. Bascom. We now invite Alice Jordan, Permanent Secretary in the Prime Minister's Office. We now head to the secondary schools. Don't worry, we haven't forgotten them. You're in the list, promise you that. Alexandra Secondary, Javier Hines and Shanice Hudson. Allen Secondary School, Andre Lashley Coppin, and Kara Watson. Thank you very much, Ms. Jordan. I now invite Cecile Humphrey, Cabinet Secretary. Christchurch Foundation School, Keziah Bentham, and Kaya Clark Carrington. Corrigan Parry, Johansen Neal, Destiny Headley.
Barbados, boy, won't give it up for the world. Another night coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon. Yeah, 166 square miles of pure love, pure smile. I am a pigeon, yeah, a pigeon. Yeah, Boston and crystal blue sea, one nothing with me. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon. Yeah, a symbol of pride and industry. Christchurch to St. Lucie.
Thank you very much, Ms. Humphrey. I now invite Simone Rudder, Permanent Secretary. The Commermere School, Mikhail Yearwood, and Geisa Mears. Would appear to be a lot of Commermereans and future Commermereans in this building here today. Standing ovation included from some of the ministers. Darrell Jordan, Secretary. Trey Belgrave, and Donnell Holder. Thank you very much, Miss Rudder. We now invite Yvette Goddard, Permanent Secretary. Dayton Griffith, Secondary School. Jamal Mosley and Kaya Knight. Ellerslie School, Tashawn Leacock, Janessa Kian. Frederick Smith Secondary, Samuel Mears, Ayana Goodman. Thank you very much, Miss Goddard. I now invite Trevor Gibbs, Acting Supreme Court Registrar. Grantley Adams Memorial, Job Sergeant, and Rianne Tull. Graydon Seeley Secondary, Shaquan Pompey, and Anila O'Neill.
Together let me go. Can't hold it down now, make me done so. We have to separate so we can get back together again. And if you're ready, let me go. All right.
One world, so we have to live together. One blood, looking out for one another. One love, to me sister and me brother. Even if you're rich or poor, white or black, it doesn't matter.
We've been tested before. Out victorious we came.
What we know for sure, we will rise again.
Together, better, stronger.
When the world closed, our hearts opened. When fear ruled, love also deepened. When borders closed, boundaries widened.
With no choice and one voice.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gibbs.
From near and from far.
We now invite Gail Atkins, Director General, Ministry of the Public Service. Harrison College, Kyle Yearwood, Mikkel Gooding. It would appear many wish they could just cast their minds back to their school days, relive those great memories.
Love will always bring us together. Love will always see us through. This is who we are.
Leicesterbourne Secondary, Dave Lovell and Sierra Paris.
Barbados, boy, won't give it up for the world. Nothing like coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a pigeon, I'm a pigeon, yeah. 106.
Thank you very much, Miss Atkins. We now invite Jehu Wilshire, Permanent Secretary. Princess Margaret Secondary, Ramali Elliott, Chantal Pyle.
Jump up and down and sing it. Come on. Gem of the Caribbean Sea. One nothing with me. I am a pigeon. I'm a pigeon. Yeah, one peaceful love in society. We're one family. I am a pigeon. I'm a pigeon. Yeah, I love cock over and cuddle man to the women love Kevin says. I am a pigeon. I'm a pigeon. Yeah, just festival reggae on the hill. Get your belly filled.
And next we have, and please forgive me on this introduction, but the school which now resides at Husband St. James, Queen's College. I realize that a lot of you know stood and congratulated your alma mater. I too am doing that as well. It would appear that I actually forgot to call their names as well. Khalil Koftawala and Melody Carter. I too got caught up in the moment, forgive me. We now resume work. Oh, the memories. I will contain the remainder of my bias. Thank you very much, Mr. Wilshire. We now invite Daphne Kelman, Permanent Secretary. Springer Memorial Secondary School, Kezia Taylor and Natalia Padmore. St. George Secondary, Dimitri Joseph Boyce, and Royale Innes.
Yeah. Barbados, boy, won't give it up for the world. Nothing like coming home to the rock, boy, for real. Gem of the Caribbean Sea, one nothing with me. I am a Bajan, I'm a Bajan. Yeah, 166 square miles of pure love, pure smile. I am a Bajan.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kelman. We now invite Betty Aline Headley, Permanent Secretary. St. Leonard's Boys Secondary School, Nathaniel Franklin, Josiah Cheltenham.
Jump up and down and sing it. Come on, gem of the Caribbean Sea. One nothing with me. I am a Bajan. I'm a Bajan. Yeah, one peaceful love in society. We're one family. I am a Bajan.
The Lodge School, Shamar Bell, Alexandria Harper.
Jump up and down and sing it. Come on, gem of the Caribbean Sea. One nothing with me. I am a Bajan. I'm a Bajan.
The St. Michael School, Andrew Humphrey, Adrian Thorpe. It might appear a couple school wars are once again brewing in the section just to my right. Thank you very much, Miss Betty Aline Headley. We now ask Colonel Glenn Granham, Chief of Staff of the Barbados Defence Force. People's Cathedral, Zachary Burke, and Gabriel Grisette. St. Ursula's, Aragon Straker, Alanis Martindale. Thank you very much, Colonel Granham. We now invite Major David Clark, Duke of Edinburgh International. St. Winifred's, Mateo Batson, Rachel Atkinson. Thank you very much, Major Clark. We now invite Ms. Patricia Paris, Director of Public Affairs.
We've been tested before.
The Rock Christian Primary. Zachary Lowe, Janae Worrell.
We've been raised again.
Together, better, stronger.
When the world closed, our hearts opened. When fear ruled, love also deepened. When borders closed, boundaries widened.
With no choice and one voice.
Let the whole world rejoice, from near and from far.
This is who we are.
Thank you very much, Ms. Paris. We now invite again to the platform the Honourable Dale Marshall, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs. Barbados Seventh-day Adventist Secondary, Elijah Henry, Deontay Brewster. Warren's Primary, Christian Wallace, Myra Maycock. Mariah Maycock. Wills Primary, Asherly Nayamon. Pause and wait on mommy, please. I truly hope mommy was able to capture that moment. Thank you very much, Attorney General Mr. Dale Marshall, the Honorable Dale Marshall. The following two will be presented by the Honorable Santia Bradshaw, Minister of Education, Technological and Vocational Training. We invite Wilkie Combach. I told you we did not forget them. Jonathan Hines and Adana Belgrave. Parkinson Memorial, Tariq Holder and Sarah Ann Drakes. Thank you very much, Minister Bradshaw, but please remain there. The final tune will now be presented by the Prime Minister of Barbados, the Honourable Mia Amor Motley. St. Matthew Primary, Shamar Nelson Blackman, and Rakira Eversley. And Codrington International School, Aidan Thompson and Lauren Motley. Thank you very much, Prime Minister and Minister Bradshaw. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for these stellar young men and young women, the future of the country of Barbados. It is great that we can take time like this to recognize those who will be taking this country forward, as we were once in their shoes. almost literally. Thank you very much. And now we're going to have a spoken word performance, and this will be done by Dominic Brathwaite, and he is the winner of the NCF's COVID art competition, and he is from Queen's College.
Good morning. I wrote this piece entitled The Same Difference to show us that whether we're old or we are young, we all have to work together to contribute to a better Barbados. Being a young person in Barbados nowadays is an experience like no other. Hearing this generation lost or we don't know the cause of this, or hearing about the good old days from your grandmother and how them gone for good. They would say we can't deal with conflict, yet they used to stick late. They say the first thing we do is draw for gun. I live in these stereotypes ain't easy. We always getting judged hard. Little earrings in a young man's ear and he getting stares, and if looks could kill, the older generation will got we in the mark. But as the old people say, the hardest thing is to know. Back then, the walk to your school was the farthest place to go. Making each trip sound like a cross-country barefoot. Making me laugh each time I hear that. Making me laugh. How if you get home after the street lights on, you get in a beaten bareback. Whether it was with a belt, a hanger, or beer slaps. But the truth is, the good old days over. And to be honest, when they talk about yesteryear and all the things they didn't have, it is only the peeping through the jealousies. Because what in the memory about them childhood can't compare to modern technology. So it's easy for them to say this generation in jeopardy. They say, when the young people ain't got no social skills because of social media, when they don't even meet face to face, man. If I meet somebody, I used to say nice to meet you and get them a shake hand. But it's real ironic because the young people saying we lost touch. The old people always telling me that living back then didn't cost much, but them had to work hard for them couple shillings. With all the difference in the opinion across the two generations, we still got to work together to ensure society's elevation. If you gain the heights and the terraces or through the lines and the villages, you realize we all benefiting from the modern day privileges. So whether you're a Emil or Khalil, everybody getting free school meals. Whether you're black, white, or brown, from the city or the town, you're getting free education. As we start our independence celebrations, we realize 54 years and 54 days, and we look to the heavens to thank God for watching over this nation. Whether you had a black lead or a blackberry, we all writing BIM history. Whether a black and white screen or a 4K dream, we all directing we pass to the crop screen. Although we might not always be in congruence, whether we are old or young, we all sing one song, and we is all the same difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dominic. A spoken word that I hope each and every single person here truly took in the words of 54 years and 54 days. I promise you that is the truth. All right, so before I introduce the next individual to take the platform, I have a very interesting question for the young minds in this room. Just by a quick raising of hands, how many of you have ever dreamt of being the Prime Minister of Barbados? Any of you have ever dreamt of being a member of Parliament? All right, some more hands going up. I'll be honest, at probably the age of maybe 8 years old, Billy Miller came to my door when she was campaigning during election season. And it was after that moment I told myself maybe one day I could venture after the title of Prime Minister of Barbados. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm still chasing that dream. But I'm going to introduce a lady now who is there in that position at present. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Honourable Mia Moore-Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, to the stage for her Prime Minister's address.
Please sit. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I want to say how proud I am of you this morning. And if we took a little longer than we might have taken, it is because I wanted to tell each of you to wear that badge with pride. There number of things that we have done since coming to government, but this one will always count as one of the most special for me, because long after all of us are gone, I want you always to remember this day when your country recognized you as a Barbados leader. And I want you to remember it because leadership counts and matters more than ever. And leadership isn't only at the level of Prime Minister. Leadership is at every level in this society, in your schools, in your communities, in your homes, in the sports that you play. All of these things require leadership. And fundamentally, leadership is about doing the right thing. And when you hear me say that right matters and wrong matters, is because we must always know the difference between right and wrong. And leaders are the ones who insist that the right things be done. Managers insist on doing things right, but leaders insist. Leaders insist on rightness. And you may ask, why is she spending this time about right and wrong today? Because more than anything else, you must have a moral compass. And that moral compass must guide you throughout life, whether you end up living in Barbados, in the Caribbean, or somewhere else in the world. But these are the things that root us, and these are the things that matter. I look forward and pray that next year I can hug you, the rest of us can hug you, because that's what's missing from this year. And we get to talk, and we have to wear the mask, and I ask myself, how do these young kids feel, having to have had their life disrupted? Many of you have already spoken to me and to the Minister of Education about your strong desire to get back to school. And we hear you. And we're going to start the conversations to see how best we can get you back into that regular place. Because school is not only about what you learn in textbooks or on the screens. School is also about your ability to learn, to mix with, play with, and be together with all of your friends, the ones who are older, the ones who are younger. And we get it. And we want you to get back there as soon as possible. It is possible that we may have to put on some additional classes to make up the deficit, and we may have to do that through 2021 as soon as it is safe and possible to do so. But in the meantime, I want you never to forget that your country is going to rely on you, not just when you become an adult, but all like now. All like now. Because leadership is about doing what? I can't hear you. Leadership is about doing the right thing. Not just doing things right, but doing the right thing. And I trust and pray that one of the things that your principals or your English teachers will ask you to do as head boys and head girls is to each write 2 or 3 paragraphs about why it is important to do the right thing and why doing the right thing is different from doing things right. Okay? And I think that if we can do that just for this year, and you can remember that for the rest of your life, then you can anchor this country. And when all of the rest of us walk off the stage and are relying on you, then we will feel proud of you, but more importantly, we will be comforted that you will take this country to the highest level always, that you will always be a proud Barbadian, that you will always stand on principle and do the right thing, and that you will never leave each other behind. Not your classmates, not the members of your family, not people on the street that you don't know, because we are taught to be kind, correct? And we are also taught particularly to be kind to strangers. these things matter. It's not only about who can be a celebrity or who can be a social media influencer. You will find out that these things, how we treat each other and how we discipline ourselves, all of these things matter in leadership. So I want you all to stand now, and I want you each to put on your own badge. We would have loved to have put it on for you, but because of COVID and social distancing, this year we gave it to you in a nice little case, and I want you to wear these badges as you leave this Garfield Sobers Gymnasium with pride. It's not by accident that we give you these badges today in the shadow of this gymnasium, which is named after our only living national hero, the Right Excellent Sir Garfield Sobers. And he is our living national hero because for him, excellence was his hallmark. So I want you, everybody's finished? And I now want you to do for me, which is going to be difficult, Independence morning, Minister Bostick and Colonel Granham, because of the reduced numbers. I want you to stand and we give 3 cheers for Barbados. Correct? Hip hip. Hooray. Not hearing you. Hip hip. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. God bless you and God bless BIM. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister Motley. You may be seated. Words that I truly hope each and every single person, young and older than young, takes in and truly carries forward, as this is not definitely one for just today, but for tomorrow as well. Right about now, we're going to have a performance. It's entitled Beautiful Barbados. Know how beautiful this country is. He is the mighty Bit, beautiful Barbados.
Beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Come back to my island, Barbados. Come back to my island and me. Beautiful, beautiful Barbados. Gem of the Caribbean Sea. Come back to my island, Barbados. Come back to my island and me. Please come back where the night winds are blowing. Please come back to the sun and the sea. You'll find rest, you'll find peace in Barbados. Come back to my island and me. Come back to my island and me. Come back to my island and me.
the mighty Bit, ladies and gentlemen, and he was accompanied by none other than the most honorable Dr. Anthony Gabby Carter. So give Gabby a round of applause as well. So we've come to the end of the formalities here today, but ladies and gentlemen, before we go, I just want each and every single one of us who have passed the age level to be in school to stand one more time and give these leaders of Barbados a round of applause, because trust me, they are going to need all the encouragement, all the support going forward. Thank you very much. It has been my distinct pleasure to be here sharing in this momentous occasion with each and every single one of you. Just a bit of housekeeping before we go. Students, we're going to ask that you remain in your seats when we leave. Parents, you can collect your children and wards from the entrance at which they would have come in today. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for being supportive. Thank you very much for being the proud parents and the proud wards and raising these children to be the future leaders of Barbados. It's been a pleasure. Please travel safely and get home as well.